Hello, hope you are well. Now this week I want to know, what garlic varieties are you growing this year? And there's a very good reason why I am asking this question, because a couple of weeks ago I had this box arrive, and this box came from the garlic farm, and it is the garlic that I'm growing this year. I've started with fresh garlic seed this year. So first of all, we have some garlic fertilizer, which is a great thing. I've used this before, great results, so we'll be adding that a little bit later on. And then we've got 3 bags with the garlic varieties in here. So first of all, extra early white, which is going to go in first. Then we have Rhapsody white, and finally Cork white. So let's get these into the ground. Now last week I used this Dibber to plant out my onions, which are actually doing okay. They're not showing any signs of life, but they're still there. But we did have a few incidences, so I've taken it home and I have now screwed the bits into place. So hopefully this is going to work out a bit better. Only one way to find out. So let's push this into the ground. And see, oh yeah, much better. They've stayed in place. So the first one we're going to put in is the extra early white. This is what the bulb should look like when it's fully grown. Let's rip it apart and see what we get. Nice tight cloves, I've got to say. There we go. So that is the size of a cloves. I'm going to pop those straight in. Some people, I know, remove all the paper wrapping and what have you. I don't. I just think it adds a bit of organic matter and protects the clove a little bit more. There we go. Now when I'm putting these in the ground, as many of you will know, that flat end goes down, that top pointy end goes up. Right, well that's got the first row of garlic in. I've just got to get the other 2 varieties, which will give us 3 rows of this garlic in. Now I've placed these prongs at 10 centimetres apart, which is probably a little bit too close for garlic. It's normally about 12 centimetres, so that has been a bit of a slight adjustment I've made this year, and that's purely because of the size of the tool, but we'll worry about that next year, depending on how well these ones turn out. Well, that's got the main garlic into the bed, and I'm pleased to say that actually this tool has lasted. Just goes to show that actually what we have to do is screw the bits down. Now I also need to get some elephant garlic in here, which I haven't used what I got from the garlic farm. Instead, let me show you what I've got in the greenhouse. Well, I've come into Grandad's greenhouse because just down here I have this year's elephant garlic harvest, which has been in here just to try and get it ready for storage. But something I do every year is I replant the biggest bulb, and this year I think it's going to be this bulb here, which I think looks pretty damn big. And let's go get that into the ground. Now elephant garlic, as you can see, quite a bit larger than your standard garlic, and it's not really related to a garlic, it's more closely related to leek. But we're going to place these in the ground. These will need a bit of a bigger spacing than what we have with the normal garlic. But then just look at the size of these cloves. I mean, that's the size of a normal garlic on its own. So, into the ground, I'm using a trowel this time. I'm trying to give them about 30 centimetres of space between each clove. It should be just enough to see these in. So now it's time to apply this all-important garlic fertilizer, which is just going to be sprinkled on top of all the garlic that we've just planted. I should say I have bought this fertilizer in all the garlic bulbs myself. Haven't been sponsored or anything like that from the garlic farm, just to add a bit of clarification. But all I'm going to do is just take a pinch of this and just sprinkle it everywhere quite liberally. This garlic fertilizer is pretty good actually. It has plenty of all the nutrients that garlic really needs to thrive, and I will probably apply this every 4 weeks throughout the growing period, so for the next every month basically. Just having a look and see if it says anything what is in it. So for those that know, the NPK is 5-12-20, so it's quite high in potassium, which is good for root growth, and 100% of the potassium is from sulfate of potash, so very good for garlic, it says. Well, that just leaves the final thing, which is to give this all a really good watering. Now I've got to admit, when I woke up this morning it was absolutely tipping it down with rain, and I didn't think was going to be able to get any work here done on the allotment, and in fact there was a yellow warning with thunderstorms and things today. By about 11 o'clock it had brightened up and we've got this beautiful hot sunshine that we've had here all the time I've been down on the allotment today, which I'm very grateful and thankful for. Now, as I asked at the beginning of this video, what garlic varieties are you growing in your allotment or your garden this year? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, on the podcast this week, I've been sorting out my seeds and I'm discussing that on the podcast. And we did a live show on Sunday where we are asking the audience to share their garden goals for 2023. Please go back, have a watch and add your own thoughts on that as well. Right, until next time, please take care.